You know, one thing that I wanted to talk about is, you know, because some of you guys might just be getting started, you know, some of the mistakes that we've made when we first got started. I mean, I made a ton of mistakes when we got going. You know, we've learned a lot of things, and the one thing I think that everybody needs to be taught is what not to do when they first get started. You know, when I first got started, I'm going to tell you my story here. Brian Morgan came down to my business. I have a traditional business, and it's a bar, restaurant, Jersey's Bar and Grill. He came in and literally pulled out a piece of paper, and this is not something you should do.
That's
this
correct.
is not something that you should do. He pulled out a piece of paper and started drawing circles and showing me how we're going to make money. You know, at the time, I was like, whatever. You know what, Brian's been a good friend. He's done a lot of work for me with stonework. I've known him for years, and I just trusted him. I got signed up, and you know, I didn't do much with the business. I actually walked downstairs, and I had a bar full of people, and I said, who wants to join my pyramid scheme?
Don't do that either.
You don't do that. You know, after about a month, you know, of looking into this company that we got involved with and seeing that, boy, this industry is a great industry, you know, I started to learn, you know, what to do and instead of what not to do. You know, I mean, heck, after a month and a half, I hadn't signed up a single person. And I was like, well, it works for some people. What are they doing? So I went to the training. You know what? I went to the trainings every single night for about a week. And until it really clicked and resonated with me, I started going after it. And it was basically learning how to invite people was how we really built at first. You know, and it's still how we build. That's the, you know, it's the key is learning how to invite people so they can see it properly. And, you know, from there, we were on fire. I mean, you know, we were working the business a lot at first. Brian went full-time with it. I have a traditional business that, you know, kind of pulls me away every once in a while. But, you know, the first 6 months, we went nuts with it and built a big team. But here's something that's awesome. You know, my traditional business will pull me away, but I've still made money. You know, the last year, I haven't worked the business that hard because I've been sidetracked with other things. But I still make a monthly check from all that work I put in the first 6 months. And that is the beauty of this business. You know, it's some things not to do. You know, when you're online, you'll see a lot of people out there, and all they do is they constantly put on their Facebook wall their opportunity. You know, hey, come and join this deal. It's a way that we're going to make money and get rich together, you know. And you see it over and over, and then people start calling their friends, and their friends are like, I'm not answering that phone call because I seen on their Facebook wall that they're in this weird company, and it doesn't work. You know, like Brian says, you gotta be professional, and you know, Facebook is a great place to prospect, but it's not where you need to be blasting your company out there. It'll never work for you. Other things not to do, you know, when you're out at a party, it's good to talk to people and get to know people, but you got to learn the skills on, you know, not just throwing up in their faces, you know, and trying to explain to them your company, your concept, your comp plan, because when you start doing that, everybody gets turned off. You know, they're there to have fun. They don't want to have a guy that's there trying to make money off of them. You know, a dog can smell somebody's fear, and if you're at a party and people are sensing that you need them to make money, it's the same thing.
They'll run. They
will run. Trust me, I've been there. I mean, I've sat there and tried to convince somebody for an hour why they need to see a presentation, and they've never seen it.